Western Michigan University's president, Edward Montgomery, is winding down his term in office this week before retiring at the end of the month.
He sat down with News 8's Josh Sanchez to reflect on his nearly 8-year term. Among the challenges was navigating the university during the pandemic.
President Edward Montgomery's term with Western Michigan University brought with it changes to campus, like new buildings and investments in academic programming. It was also a witness to a pandemic that shook the world and brought with it unpredictability.
The week before we closed, I think we'd had a meeting, or a phone meeting with the governor's staff, and they were talking about COVID coming and no mention of shutting anything down.
Montgomery remembers a phone call with Governor Gretchen Whitmer's staff the week before the university was closed in response to the 2020 COVID-19 pandemic. Nothing was said then about the need to close, but that quickly changed in 2 days before the university had a 5-day window to pivot to an online class structure. He says he can't express his admiration enough for the staff and faculty as the university as a whole adjusted to improve understanding of the virus and evolving best practices. It was a difficult time on the educational and personal front and had economic consequences. He says openness and a desire to constantly ask questions were necessary. Despite the challenge, it fostered growth.
I think it built some strong muscles, some strong resilience at the end of the day. I wouldn't wish it on anybody, but I think it has some positive impact in terms of making us more adaptable. We realized that, well, wait a minute, maybe for some classes that actually is a good way to deliver the product. And for others, well, not so much. And so it doesn't have to be all one, all another.
President Montgomery and I also talked about the changing landscape between the federal government and higher education, amid changes to grants and programming, as well as student campus protests around the country. We'll have that coming up at News 8 at 6. In Kalamazoo, Josh Sanchez, News 8.